What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is Joseph, and I have the most dramatic Bachelor recap for you. That's right, I'm talking about week 6, episode 6 that happened last night. I got 2 rose ceremonies to talk to you guys about, 2 one-on-one dates, a group date, and of course, and as always, my power rankings. And before I get started, yes, I am dressed in all black because the greatest villain in Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, doesn't matter. The greatest villain in all of the show's histories has officially gone home. That's right. My girl, our favorite girl, she stole America's heart, Demi, has officially gone home. I'm going to get to all of that, but I wanted to prelude and let you guys know why I'm dressed in all black. Out of respect for Demi, I hate to see her go, but we're going to talk about all of that. So let's jump right into it. Remember, no rose ceremony last week. We got it to start this episode. The whole time I'm thinking, just get over that. Nicole and Onyeka, they're getting the axe. They're going home. It's over for them. Don't even waste our time. Don't make it dramatic. Just send them home. They went through it. Of course, Onyeka and Nicole, eventually, they do go home. They went home at this rose ceremony. Kirpa, once again, cruises through another rose ceremony. Every time he says Kirpa, I'm like, who? Who the hell is Kirpa? It's unreal. And God, I'm going to miss this. Demi gives us one more classic one-liner. When she gets her rose, she said, "It will be my greatest pleasure to accept this rose." Gosh, I love Demi, and I'm going to miss her so much. Sydney gets the final rose. Nicole and Onyeka, don't let the door hit you on the way out. They're gone. Glad to see them gone. Now, we've seen them in Singapore 2 weeks ago. Thailand last week. They stay over there. They are in Vietnam this week. And something that really upset me is when they had all the girls out in the back balcony and they're like, "Good morning, Vietnam." Do not say that. I love The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. But there are only 2 people who ever walked this earth that are allowed to say "Good morning, Vietnam." Robin Williams and Michael Scott. That's the end of the list. It's a short list, but it's an elite list. Let's keep it to that. I don't want to see that anymore. Moving on. Vlog Colton. How have I not talked about this? There's been these like Vlog Colton segments. I'm surprised this isn't a meme yet. If it already isn't, I think it's coming. I'm all here for Vlog Colton, so I just wanted to address that real quick. The first one-on-one date card goes to my number 1 girl since week 1, Hannah G. And she showed out. Hannah G is hot. She got hot and heavy with Colton. They did a little spa day. The date card said, "This is the date we have needed." And I'm like, yes, this is where it just jumps into the stratosphere for Hannah G and Colton. And that's exactly what happened. They went at it on this spa day. They were all over each other. It was good stuff. No one else has a chance. Hannah G is the girl. She is the number 1, of course. She gets the rose. It was a great day for them. It was terrific. Now let's talk about the group date, which consisted of Cassie, Heather, Tayshia, Kaylin, Katie, Hannah B, Sydney, and our girl Demi. Demi, when she didn't get the one-on-one, she started crying a little bit. I was like, she's human. What's going on? This force field, this fierceness, where has it gone from Demi? I'm like, this is not good. Now looking back on it, knowing what I know now, I was thinking, oh no, this may be the beginning of the end for Demi. Things are starting to get to her. She is younger. Not that has a ton of things to do with, but it does have a factor whether you want to admit to it or not. And I'm just like, it's been a hell of a ride. But I think if there's a rose ceremony at this end of this episode, I'm not gonna like who doesn't get a rose. And Demi ended up being one of those people. So the group date, they show up at this like dojo, and there's this choreographed skit with Colton just being attacked by all these Vietnamese people who are like half his size, and he's just throwing them all over the place, and all the girls are like, "Oh wow, so impressive," when obviously it's so choreographed and things like that. But it's Colton, it's a Bachelor, it's TV, I get it. So Demi and all the girls, they faced off. So when Demi went at it, this wasn't really her thing. She started to be frustrated. And once again, I'm like, oh gosh, this is the end for Demi. No. And a cardinal rule for fierce competitors, and we know Demi is one of the fiercest competitors we have ever seen on this show, is to not show weakness, not to show emotion. When you're tired in the 4th quarter, you don't put your hands on your knees and slump over. You stand up tall. You don't show your competition weakness. And for the first time here in week 6, we started to see some weakness, a human element really to Demi. Her force field has kind of dropped. She broke that cardinal rule. And at kind of the after date, kind of the after party with all the girls in the group date, Tayshia, her stock continues to rise. She is on fire. She makes some more progressions with Colton, gets some really good hot and heavy one-on-one time with him. It was big time for Tayshia, so good for her. I love what I've been seeing from her since her group date, or since her one-on-one date in Singapore when they went bungee jumping. It's been nothing but up from her. Now there's an episode with Sydney. I mean, she's like not asking Colton, she's not opening up, she's not sharing, she's like demanding and lecturing Colton, like, why can't I have the one-on-one date? And like, there's so many girls there's still so many girls there, and he's like, and Colton's being honest and genuine here. Colton handled himself really, really well. Applause for Colton. He's like, I would love to be able to have one-on-one time and all these elaborate one-on-one dates with everyone here, but that's just not the way that it goes. And she's like, why can't I have the one-on-one? You need to get to a certain point with me, and we can't get to this certain point. You know, I need more. She's like, I need more. This is what Sydney is saying to Colton. She's lecturing him on his choices. There's girls out there not right for you. You're not making the right choices. You need to think, not like, don't promise me you're going to think about things. No, it's like, you need to evaluate your choices and not go after just some shiny things. That is what she said. I'm really paraphrasing pretty closely to how this went between Sydney and Colton. It was quite the episode. And then Demi has her moment. She has a phone call with her mom, the first time she's spoken to her mom on the phone when her mom has been outside of federal prison. So that was a moment that they shared together there. I thought that kind of glued some things back together. I thought that it may have saved Demi, but unfortunately, I'm in all black, so you know it did not. The second one-on-one date goes to Kirpa. Who? Like I said, who the hell is Kirpa? Meme here. This is like, anytime you hear the name Kirpa and it's the Snoop Dogg going, who? Like, that's what it is. And Kirpa's literally said 5 words. She's spoken 5 times in this entire show, and she said the same 5 words 5 times. And that's been yes when she gets her rose at the rose ceremony. That's the only thing that I can ever remember that I can bring in my Bachelor capability memory here of her saying any interactions at all. It's just, would you accept this rose? Yes. Hug, go back. That's the only thing I remembered Kirpa saying or doing this entire thing. So they go snorkeling. They have a good day out on the boat, in the water. It was very cool. Then they go to, it was just so cringy. Like, he ran up to her on the beach, or she ran up to him on the beach, and, you know, she does the whole jump hug thing, but she, like, really didn't commit to it. It was, like, kind of reminded me of the whole Vince Vaughn thing, like, you know, talking about dating and Wedding Crashers. He's like, should I hug her? Do I kiss her? You know, kind of the awkward, like, ass out, wrap around one-armed hug. Like, that's what it reminded me of. It was so awkward. It was, like, so indecisive between her. Like, you're in Vietnam. Like, you either want to be her or you don't. She's totally just flown under the radar up to this point. So she opens up, she tells a story about how she was previously engaged. It was a guy that she was with for 8 years. I was like, I'm like, still like, who's Kirpa other than this girl who had a mysterious chin injury for like 3 weeks? Like, I still don't know who she is. Unreal. But anyways, she gets the rose miraculously. If she wins this whole thing, I might just lose my mind. It's totally unreal. Now Demi goes for a big move. It's after everyone, you know, Colton's at his place and she's walking through the rain and she makes his way to his room. He's like, you know, I want some one-on-one time. And he's like, yeah, come in. I'm like, okay, this is going to be good. Demi's going to make some good progressions here. I love Demi. Like, this is going to be great. She expresses that she's starting to fall in love with him. My stomach dropped a little bit. Not because of her saying that, but because of Colton's reaction. And the way that he reacted, his face, he's like, you know, he appreciated it so much that she expressed that to him, that she was open about it and just came out and said it. He admires that about Demi. But then he started to resist. You could see the things that he was saying was setting up that but or so moment. If you ever seen that awkward moment, the movie, Zac Efron, Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, highly recommend if you haven't seen it, or highly recommend to rewatch it. It's a great movie. It's fun. They always talk about that moment in a relationship when there's a but or a so. and it's never good after that. And that's exactly what it was here. It was a beautiful example of that right here. He resists to it. He's like, I just don't think I can be at that point and in good conscience, I can't say that word, put you through a rose ceremony. And just like that, it was the end of Demi. My heart was broken. I couldn't believe it. Demi was emotional. It just never felt right. And because of, everything that went on, Sydney went home. Demi went home prematurely before the rose ceremony. There was no cocktail party. They went right to business. So at the rose ceremony, remember Hannah G and Kirpa, whoever that is, they both have roses. Who got the axe but Katie? It was kind of coming. Like, I thought all the other girls deserved to be there. So no really surprise. So we see Katie, Demi, and Sydney. And then also from the beginning of the episode, Anyeka and Nicole all got the axe. They are all now gone. Hometowns are now fast approaching. So let's get into power rankings. And then I have one final thought to finish up with. So last week I had Hannah G number 1, Cassie, Kaylin, Tayshia with Hannah B on the outside looking in. Identical list this week. I don't think anything really changed. I thought Hannah G obviously solidified her number 1 spot even more as she continues to do each and every week. This week obviously was at a new level with the one-on-one. Still love Cassie, Kaylin, and Tayshia continues to arrive. Tayshia is right there with Kaylin and Cassie. Tayshia could really be as high as 2 for me. I'm really loving Tayshia right now. Buy Tayshia stock. Hannah B once again on the outside looking in at number 5. Final comments. There have been 3 people who said, there's some girls out there that aren't ready for this. All girls that have gone home. I don't know if they're trying to sabotage or if they're being genuine to Colton here. I'm just not exactly sure. And also, we've been seeing this scene of Colton jumping this big white fence since like before the first episode even aired. When is this going to happen? Give it to us. We thought it was going to happen the last 2 weeks. We've been seeing it over and over again on the previews, commercials, trailers, YouTube, Twitter, social media. It is everywhere. Just give it to us. We want this. It's been ongoing. If we don't see this soon, if we don't see this next Monday, there's going to be some serious hell to pay. Not really, but come on. We really want to see this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like this video. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my Bachelor recaps. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. All linked down below. Thank you guys so much. Talk soon.